The footage shows a worker operating a piece of equipment when the machine suddenly and violently ruptures or explodes. The force of the blast immediately throws or launches the worker aggressively away from the machine. Fortunately, the individual's physical consequences were minor. This incident highlights an immediate and extreme risk of severe physical harm resulting from uncontrolled pressure buildup, material failure, or mechanical malfunction. This footage serves as a vital safety warning, emphasizing the necessity of mandatory, rigorous preventative maintenance on all machinery, ensuring operators strictly adhere to safety limits and operating procedures, and establishing clear safety zones to prevent severe physical consequences from catastrophic equipment failure. The footage shows a man suspended high above the ground, attempting to stabilize his position or adjust rigging when the suspension cable or lifeline suddenly snaps or breaks. The immediate failure of the rigging causes the worker to lose all support and fall violently from the elevated height. This incident highlights an immediate and extreme risk of severe physical harm associated with failed rigging and unsupported falls. This footage serves as a vital safety warning, emphasizing the necessity of mandatory, rigorous daily inspection of all suspension cables and rigging components, never exceeding the rated load capacity of lifelines, and ensuring redundant fall protection systems, secondary safety cables or harnesses are always in place when working at extreme heights to prevent severe physical consequences. The footage shows a forklift operator moving merchandise with a dangerously stacked load that exceeds height or weight limits. Due to excessive speed and poor load control, the top-heavy cargo destabilizes, violently pitches forward, and collapses. The falling freight immediately strikes and impacts a nearby worker positioned in the lift's path. This incident highlights an immediate and extreme risk of severe physical harm from vehicular collision and falling heavy objects. This footage serves as a vital safety warning, emphasizing the necessity of mandatory adherence to safe load limits and stacking height rules, strict speed limits inside facilities, and maintaining clear safety separation between lift truck routes and personnel walking areas to prevent severe physical consequences. The footage shows an employee operating a forklift to place merchandise onto a high shelf. Due to operator error, poor load stability, or excessive speed, the forklift or the heavy cargo suddenly tilts, collapses, and falls unexpectedly, resulting in a collision with a customer walking nearby in the retail aisle. This incident highlights an *** immediate and extreme risk of severe physical harm *** to both employees and the public due to the operation of heavy machinery. This footage serves as a vital safety warning, emphasizing the necessity of mandatory clear barricades and exclusion zones when operating forklifts in public areas, ensuring operators receive rigorous training on load stability and strictly prohibiting customer presence within active loading and unloading zones to prevent catastrophic consequences. The footage shows a worker operating a heavy-duty stamping or pressing machine when the machine suddenly and violently explodes or ruptures. The forceful blast immediately throws the worker backward and onto the ground. Fortunately, the individual's physical consequences were minor. This incident highlights an immediate and extreme risk of severe physical harm resulting from uncontrolled pressure, mechanical failure, or material defect within high-force machinery. This footage serves as a vital safety warning, emphasizing the necessity of mandatory, rigorous preventative maintenance and pressure testing on all production equipment, ensuring operators stand in designated safe zones and strictly adhering to machine load limits to prevent catastrophic equipment failure. The footage shows a man attempting to refuel a container or tank when, due to a leak or connection failure at the nozzle or valve, the fuel vapors ignite, causing a sudden and powerful flash explosion. The rapid ignition causes the man immediate alarm and distress. Fortunately, the individual avoided significant physical consequences. This incident highlights an immediate and extreme risk of severe physical harm associated with uncontrolled ignition of flammable liquids or gases. This footage serves as a vital safety warning, emphasizing the necessity of mandatory checks for leaks and secure connections before fueling, always grounding containers to prevent static discharge, and strictly adhering to safe handling protocols for all volatile substances to prevent severe physical consequences from fire and explosion hazards. The footage shows a group of workers attempting to detach or release a large, heavy-duty chain that is clearly under significant tension. Due to the uncontrolled release of this stored force, the heavy chain suddenly and violently snaps back, recoils, immediately striking the worker positioned nearby and launching the individual aggressively backward. This incident highlights an immediate and extreme risk of severe physical harm resulting from the uncontrolled release of tension in heavy-duty rigging. This footage serves as a vital safety warning, emphasizing the necessity of mandatory assessment of tension before releasing restraints, using remote or mechanical means to manage stored energy, and establishing a strict exclusion zone to keep personnel out of the potential recoil path of heavy chains, cables, or spring-loaded components. The footage shows a group of workers manually moving and stacking tall, heavy pallets of goods. While positioning the merchandise vertically, the load suddenly destabilizes and violently collapses or tips over near the workers. Fortunately, the quick reactions of the personnel allowed them to evade the falling structure just in time. This incident highlights an immediate and extreme risk of severe physical harm associated with poor load stability and manual stacking of top-heavy cargo. This footage serves as a vital safety warning, emphasizing the necessity of mandatory securement and strapping procedures for tall loads, strict adherence to stacking height limits, and maintaining safe standing distances away from loads under construction or movement to prevent catastrophic consequences. The footage shows a group of workers performing tasks beneath an elevated structure when a steel bar or piece of metal unexpectedly falls from a high point. The descending object strikes and impacts a worker who was positioned below, directly in the drop zone. This incident highlights an immediate and extreme risk of severe physical harm associated with falling debris and objects from height. This footage serves as a vital safety warning, emphasizing the necessity of mandatory overhead protection, for example, netting, tow boards, strict enforcement of tool lanyards and tethers for all equipment at heights, and establishing clear exclusion zones below active work areas to prevent catastrophic accidents from dropped objects. The footage shows a worker utilizing a lifting or hoisting mechanism to move a heavy container or load. Suddenly, a nearby steel bar or component, likely under stored tension or impact force, violently snaps or springs outward, immediately striking and impacting the worker. This incident highlights an immediate and extreme risk of severe physical harm resulting from the uncontrolled release of energy in stressed machinery or structural components. This footage serves as a vital safety warning, emphasizing the necessity of mandatory pre-operational inspection for structural integrity and stored tension, maintaining strict safety separation from stressed components during lifting, and ensuring all workers stand outside the potential path of failure or recoil to prevent catastrophic physical consequences.